Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is kind of something we're trying something a little different tonight. We're going to, I think, live stream. Am I right?
We'll try.
We're trying, yeah. So if we have some technical difficulties, let me know. I've just been hearing a lot of different opinions about what's happening here in the next couple of days, and I just wanted to kind of stop in with this message to try to encourage everyone. We still have 48 hours, so we got some time here. And I don't know, just talk. I'm hearing some people who are saying that, absolutely this is going to be a landslide. And we talked about this in our latest show, which is up right now. What's the name of that show? I can't remember now. Anyway, the latest one is up there. We talked about this. It's going to be a landslide. Maybe it will be a landslide. What is it?
Countdown to D-Day.
Countdown to D-Day. It's ready to go. So it might not be a landslide. And we have to brace for that. It might not. I'm worried about people getting suicide. This has been going on for so long now. This crazy 2020 has been so insane. And we're living in a different way. We've been waiting, we've been hoping, anticipating. And now I'm hearing, as all you are, I'm hearing from friends in New York, from friends all around the country, even here in Minnesota, there's going to be violence, friends. So we need to prepare for, hopefully for a victory. Maybe there isn't going to be a victory. Maybe we're going to lose. Either way, we got to stay together and get ready to, bounce back and keep on fighting. Don't let them beat us down on this. So we're live streaming this short message just to let you know that the Remnant is going to be doing everything we possibly can. We're not going to be sleeping too much. Some of you noted in our last show that I look a little tired. Well, duh. Yeah, I'm tired. Aren't you tired? We're all tired. We're exhausted. But we got to keep going here. This is it. Don't give up. Don't count on anything. Keep on praying. Keep working hard and all of that. And get the word out. We got work to do. So over the next week, we're going to be doing that. We're going to be throwing everything, including the kitchen sink, at this re-election. We're not counting on anything. States like mine here in Minnesota, it could switch. So every vote is really going to count. And then we got the problem, of course, of the Catholic vote. Catholics voting for Joe Biden is such a massive scandal. It breaks your heart to think how much. How many Nancy Pelosi's are running around, how many Joe Bidens. These people are not Catholic friends. I know a lot of you are not Catholic, you're Protestant friends of ours. Please understand the Catholic Church is in the middle of a massive revolution. So there are a lot of people running around claiming to be Catholic who absolutely are not. And the fact that they're going to be voting for Joe Biden just proves it, that we have really a huge problem in our church. In fact, our cartoonist, and you can throw that cartoon up on the screen at the Remnant, this cartoon pretty much just says it all, That's where we're at, and that's why the Catholic vote being so important, that's why I'm saying don't count on a landslide. Don't stop praying. Don't stop working on this. Get the word out. Yeah, and stay up, because we got to, I'm tired. We're all tired. We're all apprehensive because we know what this election means, and it's not just another election. I've been saying this so many times. This is not politics as usual. You know this. We're looking at global tyranny right now, friends. That's what all of this is about. I know most of you know this, but some don't. Some think this is just another election, and we might end up with a Barack Obama. This is not just another election. This is at least potentially the end of our country, the end of the world as we know it. And as we've said so many times, they need to get a prosperous, economically sound America out of the way of this thing. We just put up on our website today Time magazine with an article by Klaus Schwab. You know the guy. Now is the great time for the great reset. Remember this character? Well, right there on Time magazine. I don't think we have maybe we haven't. And if you want to see that, check out our Facebook page or our remnantnewspaper.com page, where it's right on the cover of Time magazine, the Great Reset. This is what it's all about. This has nothing to do with COVID. Not really. COVID is just an excuse, and you know this, but some of you don't. So we're going to talk about it just briefly tonight. It is not about your health. They don't care about your health. It's not about science. It's about power. It's about control, and it's about world domination. We cannot look at this election as just another election. It's much more than that. It's a change of everything, and they're telling us this. It's the global reset. It's global brainwashing. It's about systemic global brainwashing. That's why they got us wearing a stupid mask, right? Because if we can run through our lives now all wearing the mask, the face diaper, what else are they going to be able to make us do, It's about establishing a new virtual reality, a new normal, where we're going to live online. That's what they're doing. And you can see this when you look at Gates, Bill and Melinda Gates. Again, in that new video, we had a little clip of that. But you can see it in their eyes, what they're planning. Read between the lines of what they're saying. They're not actually saying we need to stay socially distanced for a time in order to go back to normal. Listen to what they're saying. We are never going back to normal. So I would ask you, when you see Melinda Gates talk about how surprised and happy they were that the whole world is gone, has taken their children and put them into virtual classrooms, and hasn't it worked out great? Don't you see what they're doing? How far is it from there to forced online remote learning? And then, of course, the government's going to be monitoring us with these great technological advances. We'll have cameras in our homes, and they'll be seeing what the curriculum is, and they'll be watching us educate our children. You see, I really think that kind of crazy doomsday scenario is not beyond the realm of possibility of what they're planning to do. They want us to live on their computers in their world. So please, it's not about COVID. COVID is just an excuse. They want us to stop everything. They want us to stop traveling. Obviously, you know this. We're all living through this right now. And here in Minneapolis, it's just unbelievable. Those of you who are living in Portland, you see something similar, where some of these towns are torn apart. Minneapolis, down right near the town, a place where I grew up as a kid. It wasn't too long ago, just a few years ago. Minneapolis was voted the top city in the nation in which to raise children. Now, yesterday, I finally ventured back into Minneapolis to see what's going on these days, and I got to tell you something. It was a combination of heartbreaking and terrifying to see what's happening. It's Mad Max. It's George Orwell. Okay, and I'm going to show you a little bit of what we saw here, and I want you to imagine this is what they want all throughout the country. And I'll explain why after the clip, but check out this clip. So this is it. This is where George Floyd died. You know, it's sobering to think of the ramifications of what happened right here. Wherever you come down on it, what happened here changed the world. And what really strikes you, this place is just so sad. It's really quiet here. You know, this is a city not far from where I grew up. You know, and no one has learned the fundamental lesson. You know, that there are no winners here. You know, it's not racism. That's not the problem. The problem is there's no respect for the law of God. You know, in the schools, public schools in this town, they've been tearing down morality. They've been busting apart the family. They've been spewing cultural rot for so long. This is just the way it's going to end up. You can't possibly police the whole world. You know, if there is no higher authority that we have to live up to, look around you. This is what you're going to end up with. And it's sad that lesson hasn't been learned. You know, I'm sorry to say I would, but I have nothing but credit cards on me.
Okay, that's fine.
How are things going down here?
It's okay. I mean, at first it was like rowdy and stuff.
Yeah.
No.
It's really quiet here. You live in the neighborhood? You got any hope? Things are getting better? Or? Yeah, you're right. So we need more than anything else. Absolutely agree. Wish I had some money for you. God bless you. Yes, you just said it, you know, right there. We need to pray. That's absolutely the most profound thing that was probably ever said here through all that went wrong. We need to pray about what's going on. It's not, like I said, there are no winners. We all know the story that really happened to George Floyd. He's a messed up guy. We also know that part of what happened here is because of the COVID lockdowns and the desperation a lot of people were feeling. You know, but this girl comes up here and says, yeah, the hope for her neighborhood is that we got to pray. Absolutely profound. That's the answer. I tell you, I mean, I had tears in my eyes, you know. This woman walks up and she's obviously devastated, and I'm looking behind her, and you can see where there was a gas station, a speedway or something that had been completely destroyed, gutted, and it says People's Way now. The homeless folks are burning fires, and it was just so strange. And here this lady comes up to me and says, you know, I said, is there any hope? I don't know if you could hear the audio on that. And she said, all we can do is pray. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's it, you know. We drove around with one of our friends from Japan, a Japanese journalist was actually doing a story on this. And so we drove around together, and we were driving through Minneapolis for maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. We saw not one cop. Not one, anywhere. Of course, in that clip, there's nothing. We talked to the people who are now enforcing security. They're just thugs from the street who are now running that little area, the George Floyd free zone or whatever it is. But throughout the rest of the city, we saw no cops. We went to the 3rd precinct. It's just a hole in the ground with a bunch of rubble where the police station used to be. And you see, the thing is, you know, when Joe Biden wins, if he wins, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, they are going to defund the police nationally. See, because they have to, friends. That's why I'm so concerned. I know all you are. They have to break the entire system. They want it to go bad. They want crime to go through. I'm convinced of this. They want it to blow up so that they can start over. That's what the reset is. Make sure the whole thing collapses on itself, and that you have terror and fear and violence in the street, because then they're going to have to reset it. And when they reset it, they're going to have some sort of global police state set up, because this can't go on. In Minneapolis, you don't want to even go in there. The crime is through the roof. You see? Nobody's going there. I haven't been there in months because people stay out. They're moving out. They're getting out of the city. The city is dying right before our eyes. And that's what they want to do throughout the whole country. And I'm convinced, ultimately, the only thing I can see coming out of this is some sort of police state on the other side of it. You see? This is not just another election. That's what's going on now. And of course, they want Joe Biden to win because Joe Biden is an old man, an old, feeble-minded man. And he's going to do exactly what he's told to do. He's going to hand the country over to them. He's always been a New World Order guy, you know? So America has to fall in order for this to happen. So please don't think that the new normal is going to end anytime soon. You can see it. And this, again, in the video that we just put up yesterday, Bill Gates is talking about a second pandemic, not a second wave, a second pandemic. You know, this creep, Dr. Fauci, he's out there now. I saw an interview of him yesterday, and he's talking now in very condescending terms about how scientists like him have to go out and reach the people who are anti-science like us because we don't understand. So they have to make an effort to make us see the light. Terrifying interviews. And I had a question for Dr. Fauci, Mr. Scientist Man, okay? The country has been locked down. Everybody's wearing these masks, even outside now, right? So why are we spiking in cases? If the science is so sound, why are the cases going through? They're locking up my town out in California right now. Guess what? If you want to celebrate Christmas, or you have to do it outside, and no more than 10 people may be with you when you're celebrating the holidays. That's happening right now in California. That's coming here. You see? This is what they want to do. They want to make this new normal so intolerable that we're going to go along with whatever comes next. And that's why we've been pushing on this idea of we need to stand up against the mask wearing, the mask police, all of these things, because they're Orwellian mind control. That's what they're trying to do with this stuff. There is no science, Dr. Fauci. You know, and I think that all of us, you know, we need to start getting ready for what's going to happen next. So the question is now, tonight, we only have a couple days left here, is Trump going to win? You know, I don't know. But as I said earlier, don't count on it. God only knows if he's going to win. But whatever happens, there are going to be a lot of problems in this country. We need to stay together and we need to stay connected, you know, but we're not giving up. You know, God had a reason for why Donald Trump won this thing in the first place, and maybe perhaps we're going to see another surprise Tuesday night. But we have to be sensible about this. I realize the enthusiasm factor. I was at the Mega Soda rally down in Northfield, Minnesota, a couple of months ago. The enthusiasm was through the roof. There were all these guys on bikers, and it was you know, Trump flags everywhere. But that enthusiasm also is because people who are awake, like you, like us, we're awake. We know this is life and death now of our country. The left doesn't necessarily see it that way. The Biden rallies, I know they're small, But the Biden rallies are trying to prove their point. Joe Biden cares about saving lives and saving grandma. His rallies only have 25 people standing in little white circles to make sure everybody's safe. See, that's their game. They're not looking to fill it out. So I don't know that we should put quite so much importance on the enthusiasm. The enthusiasm at Trump rallies is because we get it. We'll do anything to get this guy elected because the alternative is just absolute terror for all of us, right? So let's not count so much enthusiasm and count more on if we win, great. If we don't win, we're still going to keep on fighting. So we're going to be doing a lot of stuff this week to try to get this message out. One of the things,
Michelle Evan, whose question you're already
Yeah.
answering, she says Donald Trump is president for only 4 years. So what are you going to do to make sure we are in a good place after he's gone?
That's a great point. Michelle Evans, who I know from Minnesota, the MAGA rally. What are we going to do to make sure Donald Trump, what's going to happen after he's gone in 4 years? So we're putting this off. We're pushing this off, maybe at best if he gets elected. So the thing is, we got to put an infrastructure together now. We put strategy together right now. We make sure we stay together here because these people are not going away. Bill Gates, Fauci, the World Economic Forum, Davos, they're not going away. This is their big chance to create this thing that they've been trying for a long time to build this new order. They're not going away. One of the things we need to do really desperately, and that's the main reason I wanted to talk to you tonight, we need to set up infrastructure ourselves. We need to set up a way that we can stay in touch with each other. Please don't rely on YouTube. Please do not rely on Facebook. We are being shadow banned. Our numbers are plummeting all the time in terms of views. And I don't think it's because, I think they're definitely shadow banning our stuff. We've caught them doing it. So please go to remnantnewspaper.com. Make sure you're signed up with us. Also, remnant-tv.com. Make sure you sign up there so that we can let you know when we're going to get another video out. And then, of course, we're going to be doing what we can on social media, but you all know what that means. The shadow banning is going on like crazy right now. So help us out. Help us get the message out. Let's stay together. Got to remember, the Pope and the bishops of the Catholic Church, they're all on Team Biden. They're not going to do anything. They're not going to help. They want Biden to win. They're not going to do anything for us. So we need to do this on our own, and we need to get engaged. We need to go out there and vote this weekend. Vote once, twice, 3 times, but make sure you vote for Trump. No, get the word out. Take people with you when you go to the polls. We have to make sure we do our part because the Catholic Church, the Catholic vote, is selling Trump out right now. And this thing is going to be really close. Every vote counts. So go to the polls. Bring 2 or 3 people with you, and go crazy on social media. And I'm going to conclude tonight this little message with just a brief clip from. I think it's going to be encouraging for you. It's from a guy who knows a lot about how to beat impossible odds, such as the ones that we're facing right now, because he did it once before. Talking about Steve Bannon. A nice conversation with him. Steve is very positive that this can still be done, but we need to put good strategy in play over the next couple of days. Now, he was at the Catholic Identity Conference last week, and here's some practical advice on what we need to do from a guy who knows exactly how it has to work and how the only way to make this happen, especially with just 48 hours left. Just check this out, and then I'll sign off.
Really quickly before you go, obviously there's many members of the media here, Catholic media here. What can we do to help you out? We want to make this conference very strategic. I know the Biden situation is being covered up by the mainstream media. Is there some way that our folks can kind of tap into your work and try to get the word out on what's happening?
Listen, I think one thing you do is just become a force multiplier. Just you just tweet out, put up on social media, get your friends. First thing is get all information you can get out, not just war and pandemic, but the remnant, every aspect you've got, news articles you see, anything you see, get it up on Twitter, get it on Facebook. Just be pushing it forward every day. Talk to your friends about it. Form little units, right, that discuss this. You're a force multiplier. There's 500 there, and there's tens of thousands ultimately going to see this online. Great things start with small units. If I remember, God's only begotten son started with a handful of fishermen, right? Did he? A handful of working class people. That should be the tell. That's exactly how we do it, right? We do it the model's been run. The model's been run. We've called the play. Let's run the play. And if we do that with the great works we've got at the Catholic media and people like the Matt family and others, and you become a force multiplier, but this is it. Dedicate your life totally to this fight. If you do this, we're going to win. There's no doubt about it, we're going to win. That's why I started with that verse. We've won from time immemorial, and the odds have looked long on many occasions. You don't think the odds look long in first century Rome after Rome burned under Nero? You don't think the odds look long? And look what came of that. So we're on the side of righteousness, and we can win this if we do not quit and we commit not to quit.
Amen. That's it.
I don't know. I hope you found that as encouraging as I do. I mean, there are some people that really know what's going on here, and they're pretty hopeful. So I don't want to give any false hope tonight, but Bannon's one of them. Is if we do this, this can still actually, it can go our way. So we got to do it. We really got to do it. And like I said, at the Remnant, we're going to have a lot of videos coming out. Please click this little bell. I don't know what to do with YouTube. I mean, it's just crazy. We lost 25,000 views today, then they came back up, and they're going up and down. I don't know what's going on, but apparently if you click this little bell, to make sure that you're getting our notifications, at least we might have a snowball's chance of staying in touch via YouTube. So, and again, subscribe to the Remnant, remnanttv.com, remnant-tv.com, and sign up for our e-blast. We got to stay in touch here. We got some really good connections, good alliances that are forming. We got a good game plan going, but we need to stay connected with you. So go, I think right down here, we're going to have this down on this link for the e-blast down below here. Yeah, we'll put it down there. So you just, stay in touch. Even if big tech doesn't want us to, we got to find a way around this. And finally, friends, tonight, pray, as I've said before, I'm not your priest, but it seems obvious that we need to encourage each other to pray like there's no tomorrow. And so one of the ways that we're going to do this is we're going to be reposting Archbishop Carlo Maria Vigano's prayer for Donald Trump that he'll be reelected. We'll put that on our website. Yeah. I'm wearing Vigano's colors right now. I think you can order these from the Remnant. Somebody just asked that where we can get these shirts because we're completely in support. Now, we just showed you Bannon. Archbishop Vigano is another one. He's well connected. Remember this before I go. He's connected in all around the world, of course, as he would be as an apostolic nuncio to the United States from the Vatican. Anything that we say or do at Remnant TV, I got to tell you, I don't want you to be discouraged because we have really found an interesting network, and this network isn't going anywhere. So even if we lose, please God, let it not be so. Even if we lose, an alliance has formed all around the world. Europe, the United States, Australia, our friends in Australia. It's a really powerful alliance. It is not going to be broken up. There's a lot of clarity right now. The squishy middle ground is gone. And we really do have a fairly good chance of forming a powerful network with powerful people that can make a difference. And I think Donald Trump is going to be on that. If he loses, he's going to find a way to be also helping out in that regard after, when the Biden era begins. So again, this isn't politics. This is a holy war. We need to be soldiers of Jesus Christ. We need to be proud members of this army of Christ the King. We need to be the church militant, right? That's what we're called to do. So it's not false hope, false compromise, certainly not. But we have to do our part. We need to fight together. We need to stop arguing with each other, and we need to pray. So stay tuned to Remnant TV all this week. I don't even know what we're going to be doing. Obviously, we're throwing this one together right now, but we might even do some commentary Tuesday night during when the returns are coming in. I don't know what's going to happen, but we need to stay in touch, whatever happens, and stay safe. Watch your back, because obviously violence is going to be a part of it this time. Do not give up hope. Please, I need you to stay strong. We need to help each other stay strong, and to always remember that whatever happens, we know who wins in the end, okay? So be of good cheer, We're all apprehensive. We're all nervous. This is a crazy year, a crazy time, but we got this, and we're going to be all right. So God bless you, and thanks for listening. I hope the technical difficulties with this thing weren't too bad, because this is the first time we've done this. But God bless you. God bless Donald Trump, and I guess we'll be seeing you in a couple of days, or a couple hours. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow morning, or I don't know when we're going to do this, but we're going to start putting more things up on. So Michael Matt for Remnant TV, thanks so much for listening, and God bless you.